Welcome back. It's The Rush. We got Jaxon Pehrson, Corner Canyon quarterback, fresh off a resounding win in week one over Davis. Jaxon, you guys were throwing it deep against a super talented Davis defense. Let's start with the first long ball you connected on for a touchdown. Just tell us what happened on that play, and then I'll play it as you're kind of discussing it here.
So we had to the field side we were running a float concept. And I went to look to the right and we were getting just completely covered and it was looking pretty muddy and I looked backside and Diesel he he was supposed to be running a slant and he checked it to just a straight seam ball right down the middle. So I turned in the middle of the field. I was like, holy cow, he's wide open. And I just launched it and it was there. It was all him pretty much. He just made us a great
So
play,
he just
smart play.
checked it himself and said, I see something, I see a chance here, I'm just going to take it, and it worked out.
Yeah. Well, in practice, he's done that a couple of times where we've been trying to get on the same page on some stuff like that. And then in the game was like one of the first times where like it just clicked for both of us and we were like locked in on the same page.
Dang, what a time for that to happen.
And
Okay, and then your second one, was that to Mason or was that to Diesel again, as far as just your long touchdowns?
it was to Deegan Mason.
Okay, how'd that one go?
So we were just calling a shot play. I think it was second and short. And we called it out on a backside. And I was eyeing Bodie Sparrow to see which side he went to. And he stayed to our field side. And so I take my drop and their corner just bites. He just bit hard on the play fake. And Deegan just ended up running wide open down the sideline. I just put it on him. Just gave him a chance to go out there and make a play, and he did.
What was that like, kind of that mind game factor, your first time as a starter going up against a guy like Bodie Sparrow, where you're trying to look him off and go the other way a lot of the time? What was that challenge like for you on Friday?
Um, it was definitely a battle, I would say, like because he's just so good and he rebounds so fast. Everything needed to be like quick decisions on time, and I needed to be really good with my eyes to be able to do that. And I thought I did a pretty good job doing it, but at the same time too, our O line did an amazing job with protection, and our receivers did a great job getting open and just not giving him a chance to make a play on the ball, which is amazing.
Yeah, it was so impressive. Okay, let's go to the third one, and we're going back to Diesel on this one, right?
hmm So I don't, we're in the TV timeout, and it's about to be the start of the fourth quarter, and Diesel comes in the huddle, and he's like, they're double teaming me. They're doubling him, but they're only guarding like a go ball. Like their safeties were dropping higher over the top. So he's like, I'm gonna run a post. Just throw it up. And I was like, okay, if I'm gonna keep an eye on Sparrow, if he moves, if he doesn't immediately go back, I'm just gonna launch it to you. He's like, okay. And we go there. I look right, and Bodie, he darts off to the right. And I was like, okay, we're gonna have this. And so I turn back, I see Diesel, I'm like, he's wide open. And Bodie just rebounds so fast. Like I was pretty scared when it was in the air, but Diesel made a great play, great catch, and it was just kind of like the nail in the coffin. We were just kind of going for it at the end, ties the game.
I don't know if you saw this, but the sideline reporter on the broadcast was saying that Diesel was telling the secondary, like, I'm coming this next play, like, watch out. And then you guys kind of did, and it worked. But maybe him running a post, like you were saying, if they were back further, took advantage of how they were aligned or whatever. So that was pretty cool. Um, and then, oh, let's talk about your run. You took it off for 82 yards on your own. What was that like?
Man, it was awesome. It was just perfectly executed play. I mean, I didn't even get touched. Perfect blocks by the linemen. Our receivers are really good blockers, and they just got after it in the game. All I had to do was just run down the field as fast as I could. So big props to those guys. They made that happen.
Yeah, that was so well designed and executed. Um, Obviously, coming into this game, Jackson, Coach Care's your first game, Corner Canyon's first game without Coach Care. Kind of some pressure on you guys, at least from a spectator's point of view, to like, okay, how's this new offense going to go? They might be running similar stuff, but it's Coach Pehrson, calling the plays now against a really good team, and to put up 51 points was pretty impressive, obviously. Can you tell me a little bit about your communications with Coach Pehrson during and after the game about how well you guys did?
Well, during the game, we had a pretty slow start to the first half. We were just kind of getting behind the chains a little bit, and we were executing the way we wanted to. But the whole game, Coach Pehrson and our whole offensive staff, we were all talking with each other and talking about the things we liked and what we could get done and what we know, like the plays we know would work and what's like our bread and butter. And then the second half, we just went out there and we just executed them to perfection. It was just like the offensive coaching staff just they just started clicking. I mean, great plays were being called, and the offense was just we just got into a rhythm.
Like to a crazy level. And I had forgotten, but you guys scored like 30 points in that third quarter, right?
I think so, yeah.
Maybe even more. I'll have to look at the the thing, but I think it was at least 30. Um, okay, cool. Let's talk about your journey a little bit at Corner Canyon, Jackson, because you've been at Corner Canyon the whole time. What has that been like? Just give us a little rundown of each year you've been there and kind of your experience playing quarterback there.
So my freshman year, I used to play in Little League. I used to play for Bingham, and so I decided that I was gonna move with my friend to Corner Canyon because I thought that was the best spot for me to be able to really learn how to be a quarterback and compete
Yeah.
and play with the best. So my freshman year, it came and went. It was like I don't really remember much of it. My sophomore year is like um, Helaman ended up getting hurt my sophomore year, and that's when Bronson Evans came in and took over the starting job and won us the state championship. And I got thrust into the quarterback two role, and I was getting in games and getting experience, and that was just amazing. I was building a relationship with Coach Care, pretty decent relationship. And
So
then
so
last year,
sorry. Wait, so let's go back to your freshman year. So your freshman year, are you the guy for the
like
freshman
on the
team?
freshman team, yeah,
Yeah.
I was. I
Okay,
ended
so
up
you
being. I actually ended up. I got benched my freshman year, actually.
Oh, okay. So you started, then got benched, and then your sophomore
Yeah.
year, you're put into a position to get varsity reps as quarterback too after the injury.
hmm
Okay.
So that was
Eh,
it was a pretty big jump.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. Okay, and then into junior year.
My junior year, Helaman obviously came back, and Bronson stayed. But I was just able. Last year was a big like mental year for me. I was able to learn so much from those two guys and Coach Care. I was with them every meeting, every time we'd watch film, just jotting down and learning the offense and how to be a big time quarterback, like how to play like a D1 caliber guy. And then this year, I battled for the starting spot. I got the job, and I'm just haven't looked back since.
Awesome. Well, it's kind of a cool story because that it's becoming rarer and rarer, especially at a big time program, to have a kid who's just been there waiting his turn and then gets his shot. And first game of the year, obviously, lit it up. So that was awesome. Um, okay, let's see. Oh, I forgot to ask you about the. You did talk about the offensive line and how well they did. I was going to ask you about the defense. They were tremendous, obviously, too, in that game. Um, what was your review of their performance, Jackson? Just in general, I guess.
Our defense is just amazing. It's the best defense I've ever played against in my entire life. I'm gonna be so honest. Going up against them every day in practices and scrimmages, just it makes the game slow down because they're
I
just
bet.
there's so many dogs on our defense, like and on our field, like they're just amazing. There's nothing more to say. Like they're just so good. Well, there's
Okay.
not enough to say about them.
And probably having to throw against Diesel when he's on defense kind of prepped you for having to go up against Bodie a little bit week one, I'm sure. All right,
Oh, sure.
let's talk about next week at Timpview, right? Tell me about your excitement for that matchup.
Um, I'm just so excited to get back out there and prove that the first game wasn't a fluke. That Corner Canyon's still here and we're ready. We're here to keep making a statement every week.
Well, congrats on starting the season. I'm sure there was some stress and pressure, and then you just go out and play so well. It had to be an awesome feeling. Good luck against Timpview, man. Hopefully, we can get you on again later on this year as you keep winning big games. But great talking to you, and go Chargers. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.